What's up, y'all? It's Splash Bro Sam here with Splash Bro Sports. As you guys know, here to deliver the most waviest sports content. It's our waviest and the best part of the year, our favorite time of year, NBA playoffs. We got the play-in that tournament actually starting right now. We got the Heat versus Hawks up on a big screen. But today we wanted to dive into our 9 versus 10 matchups. We got the Bulls versus the Raptors out on the east side. And then out on the west side, we got the Pelicans versus the OKC Thunder. So, we got some pretty good, enticing matchups tonight. For this episode in particular, we're going to be diving into the Bulls and Raptors. I believe tonight the Raptors came in as like 5-point favorites, which I was a little surprised. Me personally, might blast the Bulls +5 on that. The Bulls haven't had the best season, obviously. They dealt with Lonzo Ball being injured all year. Besides that, Zach LaVine's been a little in and out the lineup, as well as DeMar DeRozan, who hasn't played like he played last year. The Zach LaVine has carried much more of the load for them this year. Vucevic also stepped up for them as well. You got Pat Bev, who is kind of like their voice on defense. Caruso as well. So they're playing good defense. They got some pretty good defenders to run you off the 3-point line in that sense. So it's going to be an enticing game. As you know, with the 9 versus 10 matchup, it's pretty much win or go home. You lose, you're going home. If you win, though, you're still alive, still in contention for the eighth seed. Now you would just have to face the winner or the loser, I should say, of the 7 versus 8 matchup, which right now happens to be Heat versus Hawks. So the winner of 9 versus 10, the winner of Toronto versus Chicago will then face the winner or the loser, I should say, sorry, one more time, of the Heat versus Hawks. So it's getting on the way. Hawks up 10 right now, but there's a lot of game left. It's not going to rule anything out. Those three teams, I believe I'm not mistaken, the Hawks, the Bulls, and the Raptors have very similar records. And, it's very funny to say this, but the Miami Heat, they were division winners. They won the division, but they finished in seventh place. Back in the day, I think they changed that rule a few years back. A few years back, it was where all the division winners had to be in at least the top four. Now that's not the case, and the Heat are currently in seventh place. I mean, they're hosting the play-in tournament, which is, it's pretty cool, but they lose this game, at least they'll have another shot. So that's the advantage of being a 7 or 8 matchup. You if you lose, you still got another chance to be the eighth seed in the playoffs. So, you'll just face the winner of the ninth seed. That game will be tomorrow, but I'm obviously going with the Bulls. I think the Bulls cover the spread +5. And then also, I just think that Zach LaVine, Rosen, Vucevic, the other pieces, you got Pat Bev, who's going to be a menace on defense, Caruso as well. So, they're not going to make the most noise, but they could, last year they gave the Bucks, 5-game series in that first round. Almost got swept, but, ultimately with 5 games. So, yeah. Now, when you look at that Raptors team, yes, they have Fred VanVleet. Yes, they have Siakam. Yes, they have OG Anunoby. But they just been playing a little 500 ball all season, kind of. Ever since they won that championship back in 2019, the city or the team hasn't really been the same. They've been on a decline, slowly but surely. Not like they've missed the playoffs or anything like that, but they just haven't had that same success. Obviously, if you lose a player like Kawhi Leonard, who at the time was like a top 5 talent, obviously, that might speak to it. But yeah, that team right now, they could possibly make it out the playoffs into the play-in. And I do believe that let's say they do win, I don't know if they'll be able to beat one of the two teams playing tonight in a Miami Heat or the Atlanta Hawks. Now, let's say for some or whatever reason tonight, the Atlanta Hawks pull off the upset. I myself think Miami locks up the number 8 seed. And if we get Heat versus Bucks in the first round, to me, that would be ideal because the Heat are the team that can force the game to go 6, 7 games, and they're not going to be an easy team to get out. So it's not going to be like the Bucks facing the Hawks or, the Bulls or even the other team. So we just got to see how things pad out. And, the game is win or go home, and you got to basically win to stay alive. So let's see, it might come down to the wire. It might actually see some defense playing played. So it's going to be a good matchup. I look forward to seeing who wins. I do think that if I had to pick a team to win tomorrow, I'm probably leaning more towards the Bulls. Maybe my decision is a little bit more biased because of Zach LaVine or whatnot, but I do think the Bulls cover the spread for my bettors out there. And me personally, I think they make it into the second game of the play-in. So let's see how it goes. I think they ultimately face the the loser of tonight, and then after that, we don't know what's going to pan out. They wind up playing a team like Atlanta. It's up in the air. They play a team like Miami. It's might be a little bit more tougher task. So that's all for today. I just want to say thank you guys for joining us. We're going to be diving into the Western Conference for you shortly. And once again, Sam, Splash Bro Sports, here to deliver the most waviest sports content to you guys. This is what you guys asked for. This is what you guys need. I'm here to give you exactly what you need. So thank you guys again. Please make sure you hit that follow, subscribe button, and have a great day.